So I wanted to make this video because a lot of people have been telling me and stuff, whether it be in my live streams or behind the scenes in Discord, or just sending me messages and stuff like that about my German progress and stuff like that, my progress speaking German and stuff like that. And I wanted to kind of get off my chest a few things, just my mindset and where I'm at right now with the language and stuff like that, and the struggles, trials, and tribulations I've had. Now, I've made a video on this similarly before in the past. You might have seen it before, but I'm going to get kind of deeper into my most recent problems with learning German and kind of like the language as a whole that I've been like, kind of just, I don't know, just very anxious about, I guess. And if any comments help honestly with this, people, if you have like any suggestions on how I can get over this, that would be great, because I'm hitting once again another roadblock, and it's kind of affected me. And you might have seen it in a lot of my most recent videos. I've been like, just, well, let's get into it. I've been slam dunking on myself, man. I've been slam dunking on myself. I've just been like, yo, like, my German is horrible. I don't deserve to speak German. I'm literally a hot mess. Like I can hear it. It's like I'm becoming more and more self-conscious the more I speak German, and I feel like I can understand a lot more. Obviously, like I feel like my understanding has gone through the roof, which is really good. I'm very confident with my understanding in the German language now. Although there are a lot of things I still don't understand. My problem comes from me trying to communicate, right? When I was playing Among Us with, one of my admin's friends and stuff like that. Amazing, amazing match, man. But I realized in that moment, I'm like, dang, like I'm really experiencing this real time. Like, I don't have the proper vocabulary. My sentences are phrased a little weird. And I know like putting yourself out there is like a huge part of getting better with speaking. So I do it every day regardless, but that's why I also acknowledge like my German is garbage, because it's almost like maybe it's a mental thing where like you're trying to beat people to the punch, and people are like, oh, bro, like, your German's really bad. And I'm like, yeah, I know my German's bad, like it's pretty bad, but I'm working on it. But it's a struggle, and a few things to pick apart, right? The reason why I say all of this is my pronunciation. My pronunciation, I was very confident that it was pretty good, but what has been kicking my butt lately, and it wasn't as much as it was like in the last video I talked about where I had a lot of problems, it's the umlaut, man. The umlaut, like literally, like I don't know how, but I feel like the umlauts are pronounced differently in different words, right? Like if you have like the ah with the two dots on top of it, the little umlaut dots, and then you got the like an oo after that, man. Like I don't even know how to pronounce that. Like it seems like that's different than pronouncing just the like with the two umlauts on it by itself, and it confuses me a little bit, but I know that's something I have to work on. So whenever I'm talking and stuff, and I'm like, dang, like that word did have an umlaut in it, didn't it? Because I feel like certain words become completely different if you don't pronounce things the way they're supposed to be pronounced, and then it can probably convey the wrong message and stuff like that. So obviously my Aussprache needs a lot of work, man, and that's another thing. Like the R's in Germany, man, like the R's are my worst enemy right now, man. My worst enemy, not the R at the end of a word like Lehrer, like, or aber or something like that. Like, no, it's like the R's in the middle or the beginning of words, bro. Like, because the rolling of the R comes from the back of the throat, and I've been rolling my R's with the front of my tongue, like at the front of my mouth, like the front of my tongue, the tip of my tongue. And I tried gargling with water, man. I tried just about everything. I'm gonna keep trying though. I don't want people to think that I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm just expressing my problem, like my issues with the language learning process right now. Also, I also find myself asking the same questions. If you guys have watched my last few videos of me speaking every day with people auf Deutsch, I feel like I'm limited as far as like, I feel like they're like the basic interview questions like, hello, where are you from? How was your day? What did you eat? What's your favorite food? What TV series do you like the most? What's better, this or this? I want to ask more in-depth questions that will like, bring upon like, elaborate answers. Like, oh, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Or, like, what do you think about like, what are your views on marriage? Like, how do you view marriage? How do you view money? Like, is money important to you? Like, what are your values? Like, I like those are things I feel like that would trigger a more interesting conversation, because you watch enough videos of me trying to pronounce things and say things, and I don't know, my anxiety comes from people like possibly watching and going like, damn, this dude be saying the same thing in every single video. Also, another thing that I've been beating myself up about recently is in those videos, I know it says me speaking German for 30 minutes, and then whenever I don't know something, I automatically switch to English, and I'm like, okay, cool, boom, boom. Because like everybody knows English that I talk with. Like, everybody knows English. Maybe like some people can't speak it as good as others, but everybody understands it. So if there's something I can't say in German, I'll just say it in English, and then it's just, I don't know. I feel like I need to like really just force myself to speak German, so I'm forced to know how to say what it is I need to say. Now I can ask how to say certain things, but just switching to English I feel like is really messed up for me, because I feel like I slow down my German learning process. And I don't know, it's just been to me it's been a shit show, and it's been tearing away at my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. Well, at least when it comes to learning the language, man. But to give you guys some reassurance, I'm never gonna quit. I'm definitely gonna master this language and stuff like that, in a way where people understand what I'm saying, and I can communicate clearly and invoke like really interesting conversations and stuff like that. I feel like the pros of what I've been doing so far is I feel like I've been able to speak a bit faster and clearer, and I think that's important, but I feel like speaking clearly is more important than speaking fast. Speaking clearly is super important. So I feel like I've been able to speak a bit clearer. My pronunciation is not the best, so I think when I speak and I try to articulate a little bit better, people kind of get the gist of what I'm trying to say. So they're like, oh, okay, I kind of get where he's coming from. Like, that makes sense. So I don't know. These are just things that have been on my mind, because I'm just like, damn, like, I've been struggling, man. I have been struggling, and I know people have been like, bro, stop beating yourself up. Like, you're doing really good. Like, especially for someone who's only been learning for like a year, like, you're doing really fucking good. And I don't know. The reason why I feel so bad, man, is because I've met people in Discord, and I know people outside, like in real life, bro, like that have taught themselves English in a matter of 2 years, and they speak English like bosses, bro. Like, they speak English like it's their native language. And for me, I'm like, bro, like, my German, I can hear it. It's bad, bro. Like, I literally, like, I listen to people speak German every day, and I'm just like, bro, like, it's terrible. Like, it is terrible. Like, my German will make your ears bleed, bro. Like, literally. And it just, I don't know. I guess I need to get my head out of that dark place and just keep pushing on. And I'm making this video mainly for people who are also having similar struggles. Maybe they're trying to learn English and it's super frustrating and they feel like giving up. I've also expressed before that one of my biggest issues with speaking German is all my thoughts are in English, right? They're in English, but I have German vocabulary in my head. So when I try to speak German, I automatically try to use American grammar in the German language, and it makes what I'm saying sound really weird, right? But then I try to think about it in the German grammatic way, and I'm slowly piecing it together, but that's been one of the most frustrating things for me. And I'm just like, man, like, why is it like this? Of course, the articles are not so much of a problem anymore, because I realize everybody be messing them things up, bro. Especially the people who be correcting me and stuff like that. They be messing them up, bro. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, they'll be saying der when they should be saying d. They be saying das when they should be saying, D or dare, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all over the place, but it will get better. I just hope that anybody else out there that's learning German, or also learning a different language of any kind, just know that you're not alone, and just keep pushing. It's like a muscle, right? I feel like language learning is a muscle you have to constantly train. Also, to wrap this video up, I just want to acknowledge that once I am at a point where I can conversationally speak German really fluently, confidently, and everything, that is something that you have to practice for the rest of your life, because I promise, and I know from experience, I practice Chinese, I learned Chinese, I used to speak it very fluently. If it's something that you don't lose, you will lose it. Like, if it's something you don't use, you will lose it. So the saying is, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That is 1,000% true. And you know, I'm going to be practicing a lot. And that's why I'm glad we have the Discord. The Discord's huge. It's amazing. And I get to meet a lot of people from Germany, from Switzerland, from all around the world. And I get to have conversations in your native languages and stuff like that. So it's super dope. I feel like, you know, I'm making progress, but I'm not gonna lie, I have been very hard on myself, and it's to make myself better. I want to correct everything. I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. I just want to make sure that everything is making progress. I mean, and you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Do you think I've made any progress? Do you think I've hit a wall? I've taught myself pretty much by myself for like the last year, you know? And no, I don't think that like going to a school and taking classes in that language is going to help me a whole lot, because I know a lot of people brain dump a lot of stuff. I try to put myself in environments that force me to learn the language faster. Like, okay, cool, boom. Like, all right, you're playing video games now, learn the language. Okay, like what are the words you need to know when you're in a situation in Battlefield and someone is approaching you on your left side and you're trying to warn your teammates? Oh, okay, well, what's something you like, how do you not get sussed in Among Us, okay? Like in German, so you don't keep losing the game. So yeah, things like that, you know. But that's just kind of my whole spiel on the whole thing. Let me know what you guys think, and it's been a pleasure and a privilege talking to you guys. I hope that I've made progress and that you guys have been able to hear it, which is why I've been making these videos every day. Now also, I'm going to acknowledge something. I did not post a speaking German for 30 minutes video yesterday because I was streaming for 12 hours and I spoke German with people for 30 minutes in the stream. So if you want to see that, twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang, it's in there. You can go ahead and look for it. Super dope. Anyways, that's pretty much it. See ya. Well, 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 what a pleasure it is to see all of your beautiful faces at the end of this lovely video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we do have a Discord that's linked in the description down below, and we would love to have you a part of the world's greatest community ever, Bray Gang. Yes, if you've made it to this point in the video, you're officially a part of the community. So go ahead, join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. And we also have other social media as well, like Instagram, Twitter. We're live. We go live on Twitch quite often as well. So it would behoove you to, you know, go ahead and subscribe to the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JamesBrayGang. Join the cause and be a part of the greatest, literally the greatest community ever. Okay, it's simple. Just go ahead and do those little things. We're trying to grow on all these little platforms and everything, and it really means a lot. Now, I know you guys stumbled up across the channel and you're like, what does this guy post? Like, what kind of content does he post? Reactions, vlogs, pretty much whatever comes to my mind. All right, it's random content. I don't know what I'm gonna be posting 10 years from now, but I do know that you can stick along for the journey, and it really means a lot. Now, for every single person that subscribes and follows all of the accounts that I have made, and all the links will be in the description down below, that's an automatic entry for any future giveaways I decide to have. I'll remind you when the giveaways take place, but you'll be surprised what I will be giving away because you guys have supported me so much up to this point, and it's only right that I do the same thing back. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.